If you're looking to restore a trailer, you need to look in the right spots so you get the best price. Today I'm going to show you how I find these trailers and what I look for when buying them. All right, I'm going to use this trailer as an example. It's one I just picked up. I actually paid $1,400 for it. I found it on Facebook Marketplace. That's my go-to. I check that thing like the newspaper every single morning. So if you're on top of it and you check Facebook non-stop, like if you're always on it, set alerts for your searches, stuff like that, that will really help you find these deals before they're sold. A lot of times people will post something and it'll sell within the first hour or two if it's a good deal. So you need to be that person. You need to have cash. You need to be waiting. When you're on Facebook Marketplace, you need to search not only, if you're looking for trailers, you need to search not only trailer, you need to search car hauler, you need to search homemade trailer, stuff like that. Anything that has anything to do with it. A lot of people are not the best at writing ads. They may not put the specifics you're looking for. Say you type in 18-foot dovetail and they just posted the ad as trailer, you're not gonna find that ad because you didn't type trailer in. So that's something to keep in mind. My first is obviously Facebook Marketplace. That's where you can find a lot of your stuff. My next is GovDeals. GovDeals is a pretty good place that you can find a lot of stuff. They sell everything. It's government surplus auctions. You can find stuff really, really cheap. You do have to keep in mind you have auction fees. So a lot of times that's 10 or 15% depending on what you're buying or where the auction is. And lastly is Proxibid. Proxibid, I've actually never bought anything from, but I've seen a lot of stuff go dirt cheap, very, very close to me. I mean, a lot of the stuff is only 30 minutes away and it's brand new trailers selling for like $2,000, $2,500, whatever, for brand new steel deck trailers where you wouldn't have to do anything. You would pull it home and resell it, not have to do a dang thing. All right, now that we've gone over where you can find these trailers, last thing about where you can find these, don't assume that every ad that's posted, that's what it's selling for. Those haven't sold yet. You have to save a lot of those ads, wait a couple weeks, see if they sell, see if the price drops. Learn your market. I can't say that enough. You have to learn your market. You can't go out, watch this video, and then go out and buy your trailer tomorrow. Now that we're done with that, let's get to what I look for when I'm buying these trailers. I'm in Kentucky. Kentucky, you don't have to register trailers. So titling, all the titles, registering, all that stuff doesn't matter in Kentucky. If you're using the trailer for personal use and you're not using it for commercial use, say you have a hauling business where you're hauling cars and you're getting paid for it, you have to title your trailer if you're doing that. But if you're in a state that you do have to title trailers, that would be my #1 thing I would be worried about. Getting titles sucks. I hate going to the DMV. So I highly recommend staying away from trailers that don't have titles if your state requires them, or just look up if it's easy. If you only need a bill of sale, then you're good. So after titles, next I'd be looking at is the main frame. If there's anything wrong with the main frame, I probably would stay away from it. I had one trailer, I'll probably pull up a clip of it. I had one trailer that this taillight mount was bent and it had kinked the main frame. I would stay away from something like that. It was almost impossible to bend back and I could never get it the way I wanted it to. I actually kind of even learned my lesson on this trailer. This had a major bend in it. I'll show what it looked like before. It had a major bend in this subframe runner or stringer or whatever you call it. But yeah, any main structural damage, obviously that's a big concern. Next I'd say is probably tires and fenders. Tires are expensive. If you can find them cheap, you can replace them like that. But a lot of times I like putting new tires on my trailer. It's a good peace of mind. You don't have to worry about blowouts or dry rot. This one was posted for $1,750. I got it for $1,400 because I let him keep the winch. And really, you could just kind of talk someone down and you can see the value of something. The frame obviously was a big problem. So I had to tell him, you know, hey, that frame is going to be a problem. I'm going to have to bend that back. Then I'm going to have to replace all the wood. That's going to be at least $150. So whenever you're buying a trailer, write up all these calculations. If you have to spend $400 on tires, that's a huge, you know, cut out of your profit if you're trying to resell it. Same thing with the wood. Look up what 2x6s cost. This is a 16-foot flat, so you'd need at least 8 or 9, maybe more 2x6s to fill this trailer up with wood. So if the main frame is good, the tires are good, and the fenders are good, the next thing I would be looking for is if it has a winch plate. A lot of people love winches around here. Like I said, it's Kentucky. People want winches on their trailers. So that's a big selling factor for my market. And that's actually why I bought a winch for this trailer. Found it on Amazon, cheap. It was $260. It's a 13,000 pound winch. Yeah, so if the main frame is good and your fenders, tires, Wheels, those are all good. Matching wheels are typically a big factor to some people, so I really recommend getting matching wheels for your trailer, or try and buy trailers that have matching wheels. I definitely don't recommend buying trailers that are homemade either. Homemade trailers are just not built the same, obviously, and people don't want to pay as much for those. And some other main factors that these actually have probably the biggest factor on the value of the trailer is the width between the fenders and the axle ratings, and if they have brakes. Around here, people don't care if they have brakes. No one uses brakes on their trailers around here unless it's a massive trailer. But something like this, people don't care about brakes. This one actually does have brakes on one axle. I'm not even going to bother wiring them. Like I said, people don't care. So the axle ratings are really important. I like to have 3,500 pound axles at least. It just really increases the value of the trailer, especially if you have 5,000 pound axles. And then what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the width. So this trailer is 82 inches wide between the fenders. That's really important for a lot of people, so they can pull cars up on here, not hit your fenders, or bigger vehicles. I'm not sure how wide a dually is. I don't think a dually would fit on this trailer, but that's just something to keep in mind. If the trailer is only 6 foot wide, you can't really haul many vehicles, especially if it has a rail around the edge. Then you can't even open up your door to get out of the car. And so that's mainly a trailer that's used for side-by-sides and lawnmowers, stuff like that. But that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe so you can see what happens to this trailer. This is my next project. Hopefully I'll have it done next week. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.